Today I'm back with another video, and we are going to be predicting the champions of every weight class at the end of 2025. This kind of goes a little bit parallel to my video about predicting every UFC pay-per-view. Sorry, just have the best channel on YouTube up right now. But so I'm going to get into it. Flyweight. It's going to be Steve versus no, it's going to be Pantoja. We all know why. We all know. I don't really think there's anyone right now in the division who can beat him. I love Manel Cap. Manel Cap loses to him. I don't like Kai Car France. Kai Car France loses to him. Phil Foden. If you know, you know. He looks like Phil Foden. But I think Pantoja is really dominant, and I think we're going to see Pantoja maybe move up to bantamweight next year. I would be very intrigued to see him versus Umar. I think that's a very interesting fight. I think, honestly, Pantoja might be a tougher fight for Umar than a lot of people at 135 besides Merab. I think Merab is probably the toughest fight at 135 for Umar, just stylistically. But I don't think there's anyone. Maybe if Mokaev comes back, but Mokaev just like sucks. He's like an Evloev type fighter where he loses the first round and finds a way to win a robbery split close decision. Mokaev is literally just flyweight Evloev except less entertaining. Like I'm a Dagestani super fan, but I just don't like Muhammad Mokaev. I think he's also, when he fought Kopp and they were like, I love Manel Cap, but when they were trying to fight before the fight and then they just did nothing the entire fight, like, bro, come on. That after that performance, Mokaev deserved to be cut. I'm sorry. But maybe bring him back and do Cap Kaikar France, I guess, and have Pantoja fight Mokaev, but I just don't think I think Pantoja would beat Mokaev for sure, unless it's a robbery decision. Mokaev's not finishing him. Bantamweight, I'm back on my Dagestani, just glazed campaign. Umar Nurmagomedov, he's going to be the champion. I'm sorry. Merab, you're getting sent back to the Apex, buddy. You're going to get an Apex main event versus Peyton Talbot. No, I'm kidding. But I think Umar is going to beat Merab. I really do. I think Merab is one of the least skilled champions we've seen. Honestly, maybe arguably less skilled than Dricus. Literally, he just weaponizes his cardio. That's all he has. He doesn't take people down besides brittle bone Sean O'Malley. He literally only relies on his cardio and just shooting and missing takedowns. Like, where is the Merab hate, bro? Where's the hate when he held Aldo against the fence in their fight? Like, come on, bro. Like, oh, he does funny skits on Instagram. Like, okay, I need to get back to the topic of the video. But I just think Umar is going to be champ. I don't really see a world in which Umar, if he beats Merab, he's not losing the belt. I'm sorry. Unless he gets fluke KO'd, I don't see a world where if he wins this fight against Merab, which I think he will, where anyone at 135 beats him. Or even Pantoja. I don't think Pantoja beats him either. Featherweight, I know there's a lot of talks about Topuria moving up, and maybe you guys think my prediction will reflect that, but hell no. Topuria is not moving up. He's staying at 145. I really think that. I don't think this Oliveira fight is going to come to fruition. I think Topuria, if he defends his belt against Evloev and they do Diego Lopez versus Volk and Diego Lopez wins, then maybe he stays down for 2 defenses. But if Volk wins, please just... If Volk, that's what I think should happen at 145. I think it should be Volk, Lopez, and Evloev gets the shot. Because Evloev already beat Lopez, to be fair. I don't think Volk deserves a shot. Like, Volk deserves a shot. I just don't want to see him get a shot. And I think there's less of a likelihood that Diego Lopez KOs him than Topuria KOs him, even though there's still a pretty big shot. I'm trying to help Volk out, though. I don't want to see him fight Topuria again, like, at all. So I think if he beats Evloev and Volk beats what's his name? Diego Lopez, I think there is a shot that we see someone else as champ by the end of the year. Maybe Evloev, maybe if Evloev loses, they make Lopez Volk for the title. I don't know. But please give Evloev the next title shot. But I do think Topuria would beat him. So I think Topuria will be champ at the end of the year. Lightweight, Islam Makhachev, really, you can't argue at all. I think Arman's tough, though. Arman does have a shot, definitely against Islam, but I wouldn't pick against Islam against anyone at 155. Like, Arman definitely, I'd give Arman like a 25% chance, 30% chance of winning. Like, he's pretty damn good. I think Arman has a good chance, but you can't pick against Islam. You just can't. And I do think if Islam beats Arman, maybe he fights Holloway if Holloway beats Oliveira, but if they fight, but I think Holloway's going to take a long time off though. So I could definitely see Islam moving up at the end of the year after Shavkat beats Bilal, but I could also see that fight taking place in like January or so, because I think Islam might fight in. I think what happens is he'll fight in January this year, and he'll fight in like July or August maybe. But I would like to see him fight this year against Shavkat. I think I predicted that in my UFC main event predictions, but I don't think that fight will happen this year. I think it will happen January 2026. So at welterweight, Shavkat Rakhmonov. Do I think Bilal is more skilled than him? Do I think Bilal is a better fighter than him? Yes, I do, but I just don't see Bilal beating Shavkat. I'm sorry. I don't. Some predictions you just have no fruition behind what you predict, but you just know this outcome's gonna happen. Like I predicted Usman Leon. I predicted Leon to win by not by KO, but I predicted Leon to win in the second fight between Usman and Leon. And that prediction came to fruition. After the first round, I was like, look, I told you Usman's gone Hollywood, and then Leon proceeds to get dominated, but he landed the head kick, so my prediction came true. But I think Shavkat will remain champion throughout the year after he beats Bilal. We could honestly see I could see Shavkat just becoming hated because of how inactive he is. I could see him just not defending the belt again this year. He goes to Kazakhstan on like a world tour throughout the entire country, but world tour throughout the entire country. All right. But you know what I mean. Middleweight, Khamzat Chimaev. We got Khamzat as champion. He's going to beat Dricus, and then I think him and Dricus fight International Fight Week, and I think they kind of that's not a quick turnaround really from January or February, but I think they fight at International Fight Week, and then we see Khamzat fight in Abu Dhabi. You know Dana White is going to book Khamzat in Abu Dhabi as the main event. Like that's just a given. And I don't see anyone maybe if it was prime Adesanya, when Adesanya had takedown defense, I would give Adesanya the nod, but not anymore. I don't see anyone at 185 having anything for Khamzat. Like Strickland, no way. Dricus is probably his toughest fight, honestly. But I think he ragdolls Dricus. I think Khamzat subs him in one round. And light heavyweight, this may be a little controversial. I know you guys probably are thinking Pereira is going to remain champion throughout the entire year, or he's going to move up. I think Magomed Ankalaev is going to be Alex Pereira. I really do. I think Pereira is aging. Like, what is he now, 38? 38 is old for a fighter. Obviously, he's in a higher weight class, so that means you can fight older. I don't know why that works that way, but it does. If you know that, tell me in the comments. But I really do think Magomed Ankalaev, I think it's going to be blamed. Magomed Ankalaev is going to win the first fight. They're going to fight twice this year. It's going to be blamed in the first fight on, Pereira had a bad camp, blah, blah, blah. Magomed Ankalaev is going to either win a decision or a TKO. I could really see a TKO, like a not robbery stoppage, but like people say it's a bad stoppage, TKO, and Pereira gets up and protests. I could see that. And then in their second fight, I think Ankalaev just wrestles him to a decision. I know you guys are probably saying Pereira's not going to do a decision, blah, blah, blah. Well, he almost went to decision with Adesanya. Come on. I think Ankalaev is going to be champ. I really do. And we're going to see I think the UFC in the next year, we're going to see an influx of just Dagestani champions. I mean, we have Umar, Islam. We have Khamzat's from Chechnya, which is different, obviously, but from the Caucasus region. Then Magomed Ankalaev. We're gonna have a lot of fighters from the Caucasus Mountains who are going to be champion, and that's how the UFC is going to end next year. In heavyweight, I think that we're going to see the return in the title run of Tom Aspinall is going to be champion. I think even if he loses to Jones, which is definitely possible, John Jones is getting counted out of this fight. I pick Aspinall, but Jones definitely has a shot. Like, come on. But even if he loses to Jones, if that fight happens in March, they're gonna give Tom Aspinall an immediate shot at the belt. I think it'll be, no matter what happens in their fight with his fight with Jones, I think it'll be Aspinall versus Gane for the belt at the end of the year. That's my prediction, and I think Aspinall just runs through Cyril Gane. I don't think anything happens with that. Or if Jones doesn't, honestly, actually, but I do think he'll beat Jones. But if Jones wins that first fight, I think Jones will vacate the belt and just go for money fights. Like he'll fight. But Pereira's gonna lose to Ankalaev, but Maybe he'll fight Pereira. Who knows? But I think he'll vacate the belt or retire if no matter what happens after the Aspinall fight. But please get this fight booked, UFC. I'm begging. So those are my predictions for champions at the end of 2025. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I'm an idiot in the comments. Let me know if there's too many Dagestanis on this list. Let me know. Just tell me what you think, and like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate the support. We're up to 7 subscribers. Let's go. Biggest MMA YouTuber by the end of 2025. Watch it. Darn MMA is coming back for it all.